So, Epiphany, January 6th, 2017. A little backstory. I got a criminal docket here. So the backstory is r-ich-bi-an-cull-i-e-d. I spoke with him. He's the DA. He's the DA for when 4 police officers stalk you at your apartment and give you a ticket for took and hook no reason and get paid a decent living posing as purveyors of protection and its valid consequences, among other things such as a M-O-R-E, amore, and other romantic notions of being seen physically and capably. I did have a conversation with r-ich-bi-an-cull-i-e-d because I called. I had to drop off $75 for a ticket for throwing frisbee, even though I left. The officer called for backup, so I had 4 officers at my door to dispense a ticket with her presaging, Ruth, what the fuck is her name? Weist? W-E-I-S-T, put your hyphens where you will. She phrased it. It seems like you didn't understand me when I asked you to not throw frisbee with your dog. And I said, I walked away. It seems like you didn't understand me. And I said, I walked away. So, here we are talking to more heads in the court system, reaching out to me so I can have a con-verse-8-I-O-on, all with hyphens. So you're going to turn my time into your time. It says my presence is required on this date and time. Oh, really? It's required on this date and time, or is it required on this date and time? Is it suddenly implying by my presence alone and all one that it is required with you or with you? I think I should bring a video to my required date and time where my presence is going to be sublim and lime and BC climb with hyphens. So here's the deal. I talked to the courts because it was Veterans Day. So the day I went down to court to pay in person, nobody was there. I don't know how this works. Every time, like, I get to go to court, every time I get to go to court, somehow there's some fictitious hyphenated holiday and the courts aren't open. So I get to call back and say, look, I walked my ass down there with my checkbook and I made good intention to follow through on your fucking omission all the fuck all over the place that you call grace. And my amiss, apparently no one was there. So I got to call the court on Monday because they weren't there Saturday and nor Sunday, and I wasn't planning to go to court because I'm like, you know what, my expectations are beyond healthy skepticism of what I can expect from your presence. I did have a conversation with r-ich-bi-an-cull-i-e-d on the phone, where he called me back when I was sitting in the parking lot to go to my doctor's appointment. And he prattled on, and it fucking upset me, so I raised my voice. And of the things he said to me before he hung up was that, he said, "You don't know my politics and my political leanings." And I'm like, man, you just sound like a pip and prig. Both really skinny and teeny and fitting up your anus, okay? That's what you sound like when you speak to me, to mean seek the night, nigh, not the nigh, K-N-O-T, time for completion. You sound like you got two little skinny pip and prig rig heights that fit up your anus. That's what you sound like when you speak on the phone, when you say, you don't know my political leanings. And I'm like, you know what? If you fucking have any, I certainly do know. Okay? You are in contempt of court before we even get there, because you have honestly brought and bought in the marketplace no consort. No con with cone, S-O-R-T. You've bought no consort. You've brought no honest consort. So you are in contempt of court before we get to court. So with r-I to inform you, if that's what it's going to take on the line in my virtual time, but he did hang up on me, and he did say that, see, there was some problem. I don't have checks, so I had to get a cashier check at the bank, and he said that if I paid before court, that it wasn't 75, it was 35. He asked me who told me it was 75. I'm like, your fucking officer? Fucking was inward. Officer came out. Your officer who doesn't really give a fuck, honestly. r-I-h street west G-ewe-d Jude you do and you'd. She's the one who told me. Toll T-O-L-E. Toll is a faux finishing term. You toll a veneer. She painted on me with her spectacular spectrum of vision and perception. She told T-O-L-D low-R-D. She told Low Road, Lord, I'm protecting Toft for Doft, and only Toft for Doft. She's the one who told me, with 3 other police officers, it cost $75. So anyway, the small print is nowhere to be found that if you pay before you go to court, it's $35? I did not know that. I didn't get the paperwork. I only heard it again. But it's not like it wasn't a check. It wasn't a check that I could be like, oh, I'll rip that up and write you another one. I need to get the cashier's check back now. And it eventually came back. I didn't open it for a while, nor did I put my fucking notes up of speaking with r-ich-bi-an-cull-i-e-d. So I'm doing that now, waiting for the opportunity to see if it was really necessary. Necessary, yes and no. There's relevance. How pissed am I? To carry on your indignant nomenclature with hyphens attached all over the place. Apparently, I'm a rise to the occasion type of gal. Le gal. Legal gal. Leg the gal? Yeah. So, anyway, speaking to myself, legal, just like you speak to yourself, legal, gall and go on. It says that I have a hearing for the 9th. Today's the 6th, so, and it's Friday, so it's rather absurd preoccupation. I get my mail late in the day. If I had a full business day, regular business hours, I would be getting this at later than 5 p.m. I do not have Saturday or Sunday to respond, and he wants me there Monday morning at 8:30, and my answer is I can't do that. So we're going to give him a fucking call and present my C as E, very, yet, hinge and thing. So, really? And he wants me to call if I can't make. If you have any questions, you may call. Really? I may see all. I may, really? I think I've already done this, jackass. I think I've already fucking done this.
Thank you for calling the Cumberland County Courts. Please note that calls may be monitored for training purposes. To better assist you, please listen carefully to the following options.
They're already closed, I bet.
To speak with a clerk regarding criminal matters, including bail, warrants of arrest, and any juvenile matters, press 1. To speak to a clerk regarding family matters, including divorce,
says my bail will be forfeited. What fucking bail are you fucking talking
for
about?
information regarding fines, press 1. For bail bonds, press 2.
B-AI-L
For jury matters, press 4.
I don't
For
know
all
what.
other matters, press 7.
We'll just go with 7. Lucky 7.
Criminal court, how can I help you?
Hi, who am I speaking with?
This is Kelly.
Kelly, my name is Angela Cook, and I received a notice of hearing. It's for Monday morning at 8:30 a.m. This is very short notice. I'm glad I got my mail today before you left, because I know I wouldn't be able to contact anyone over the weekend. But it does say on there, if I have questions, I may call. I'm questioning the fact that I can't make it on Monday a.m. with this short notice. And I'm also questioning why I need to have a notice of hearing for receiving a ticket for throwing my frisbee with my dog.
The ticket's for dog at large. That's what the summons was for.
Okay, well, I spoke with r-ich-bi-an-cull-i-e-d on the phone, and when I spoke with him on the phone, I was actually sitting in a doctor's appointment trying to go to that appointment, and as it is, I still have many doctor's appointments. For some reason, I have some health issues that demand my concern. I think over notices of hearing that seem to be whimsically applied for my time. If you need my doctors, the people that I'm seeing, if you need that backup information, I could get it for you, or you could follow my blog, because I'm currently broadcasting this, and I will put this on my blog, just as, if anything, to cover my assets.
Okay, can I put you on hold for a moment?
Oh, you sure can.
Thanks.
Ho, LD. You could put me on ho, LD. I didn't pay the $35. I didn't open the envelope when the check was returned right away. Then I did, and then I did not march my ass back down there. And I feel quite fine about it. And I feel quite fine about exacting a fine if you're going to keep coming after me. Using me to fortify your political stance while you pip and prig with two small little itty bitty, I don't know what you fucking call them, stuck up your anus. I had a pip and prig conversation. You don't know my political leanings. I don't give a fuck about your political leanings. If you have any, you're a pip and prig height. I gather that as much because you're not standing on your own rig height.
Hi, Angela. Thanks for holding.
Sure.
So what you need to do is just send a letter into the court and request a new court date that you can make it to.
So the court is, the address I have here is Cumberland Criminal Docket 205 Newberry Street, Portland, Maine, 04112. Do I send it there?
Yes.
Okay. And what is, so the hearing is on Monday. The likelihood that you will receive this before Monday, because it says down here you can issue an arrest warrant. I'm saying your timetable is fucked up. It's malevolent, and I question why there's even any regard that couldn't be resolved if r-ich-bi-an-cull-i-e-d got himself on the line rather than pressing an issue that he himself does not have the honor to forthrightly define. I'm saying, why am I being bothered and harassed by this person after I've already been harassed by the police department? And this is all online, and if you would like to take note of the website where I'm putting this up and where I'm broadcasting this live video.
Angela, let me stop you right there. I'm going to give you to my supervisor.
Okay.
Hello, can I help you?
Sure. Who am I speaking with?
Yes. You have I understand you have a hearing on Monday,
Yes.
and you're not able to be here?
No, this is very short notice, and I have, among other things, I have doctor's appointments. The last time I spoke with r-ich-bi-an-cull-i-e-d, I was sitting in a parking lot waiting to go to my doctor's appointment, but I was speaking with him. And I have some issues where I need to keep going to the doctor.
All you need to do is drop a letter off to the court saying you are unable to be here because of whatever reason you can't be here, and we will give it to the judge to rule on a continuance for you.
I'm saying a continuance is unacceptable because you're taxing my time malfeasantly, and I think I need to get to the bottom of it, and I think I need to speak with r-ich-bi-an-cull-i-e-d. I'm defending the fact that you think that you have the right to continually tax my time, and I am upset about that. And I will do something about being upset because your court provides me no one to speak with about this, about your prospect. Okay, so a continuance is not what I'm seeking. You tell me plain and simple what the fuck you want, besides me showing up so that I have to not go to doctor's appointments, or since I'm on call to go to work, that I miss my money-making opportunity, which is somewhat slim in winter.
All right, what you're going to have to do, if you have a problem with it, what you were given the summons for, is that is a city ordinance. So the city of Portland is the one that issues the summons. You will have to talk with them, and that is what the summons is for on Monday, because the attorney for the city will be here in court, and you can speak with that attorney.
What we can do is we can speak by email. I am available at some point during the day to sit my ass in front of the computer and we can hash this out in email.
We don't have jurisdiction over the city ordinances. All we do is provide a place for them to have the hearings.
I'm saying I can be heard in the measure of my written word. And I can read the written word so I can derive what, in essence, this hearing is meant respectably to be for and forward as a shallow measure.
You would have to talk to the attorney for the city of Portland. We don't have any authority to advise you or give you any ways of processing this charge.
I'm not, well, you know, it's hard to then fundamentally and fundamentality have a conversation with you when you just stand as a filler, and that filler quite conceivably is ill. Fill with ill.
All I can tell you, ma'am.
Well, I'm not getting. I'm not
going to either have to be here or you will need to contact the court and ask for a continuance. That's the only thing I can
When
tell
you say I contact the court, that sounds very nebulous. Is there some sort of diagnostic measure so I can dial that in with clarity and accuracy?
There's nothing else I can tell you.
So you say I need to contact the court, but I thought I just called the court.
If you do not show up, the city will take it, the court will take it under advisement and make a ruling.
So, but you're not telling me information I can use. You say I need to contact the court, but I called this number assuming this is the court. So, who do I... You said I need to contact the court. So who do I talk to at the court? Or is it, I meant to understand.
There's no one to talk to.
There's no one to talk to.
You will need to talk to the attorney for the city.
My misunderstanding. So the attorney would be r-ich-bi-an-cull-i-e-d. Is that right?
There's nothing else I can
No, you're saying I need to talk to the attorney. So am I to assume the attorney is the DA, r-ich-bi-an-cull-i-e-d?
The attorney will be, for the city, will be here on Monday morning.
So it's not r-ich-bi-an-cull-i-e-d?
No, it's with the city of Portland.
Oh, I'm confused. So what I need to do is send a letter, because you're not going to be open pretty soon, and no one's going to retrieve that letter on Saturday because nobody's there, and I have to let you know that this will not work for me.
As I've explained, you need to write a letter to the court. We need to have it on Monday. If you do not show up here on Monday, the court and the attorney for the city will decide what happens to your case.
So I'm saying if I put this in, let me understand. So I need to send this to Cumberland Criminal Docket 205 Newberry Street. Is there any other addendum I need to put on that when I send this to court?
No, you put attention city ordinance.
Okay, attention city ordinance.
And address it to clerk of court.
Clerk of court. Oh, hold on just a moment. It's ordinance, clerk of court.
And then you're going to address it to 205 Newberry Street.
Yep.
In Portland. Yep. And the zip code is 04101.
Oh, because it says here 04112.
No, that's the post office box.
Okay, so we don't want the post office box.
No.
Good thing I called to ask. So, let's see. So, if I send this tomorrow, I'm assuming
Have it Monday morning.
you get your mail in.
Whenever the mail gets here. and get here in the morning.
So the court hearing is for 8:30 a.m. So even if you get it later than 8:30 a.m., you will waive that.
We will bring it to the judge.
Okay, so you won't send someone over to arrest me for not being able to meet your timetable that is not reasonable.
No, you will not get arrested.
Okay, that's good to know.
Okay?
I didn't get your name. What's your name?
Stephanie.
Stephanie. Thank you, Stephanie.
You're very welcome. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, bye. So I would guess this is about that I didn't march my ass back down there. Taking a biotin, sublingual. What the fuck? I gotta make a letter. Should probably take a picture of this in case here's the thing. I'm getting less and less inclined to bullshit around with bullshit. Because it's just look, I'm just moving stupid doff shit around because I conceivably can anywhere I go. But it's getting kind of boring. So let's take a picture of it before I fucking send this same letter back. Same. Because my printer does not have ink in it, and I would have to send this to FedEx Kinko's, then walk my ass down there to get it and walk it back. Or I could walk it further down to the courtroom, but no one's going to be there in 30 minutes, and if that, they might just work until 4:30. And no one's going to be there on the weekend. So, you know, I don't get this turnaround time. It's no different than when the DMV, I got my motorcycle license doing a national safety driver's course. There were 2 women in it. I was one of them. Neither of us had ever been on a motorcycle. You spend the first day's simulation. Imaginary simulation. This is your, is it this, the chuck? I haven't practiced and I never got a motorcycle, so I don't remember, but I know one's a brake and one's gives a gas, so you take off, and you don't want to mix those up, but in my imaginary simulation I was. And I was with seasoned riders who were taking the class, because if you take the class you get a better insurance ratings. So word was in the first couple of days of simulation and book study that I was an accident waiting to happen, and when it came time to actually get on the course with your motorcycle, I'm proud to say I was not the one that laid my motorcycle down. That was the other female. And my first corner and swerve and stop on the line, the instructor stopped me and said, "How long have you been riding?" And I'm like, "Today?" He was like, "That is so good." He said, "That was so good. What you just did, it should be in a video." So much for an accident waiting to happen. But went to the DMV now, because when you have your motorcycle, National Motorcycle Insurance Course certification, you don't have to take the DMV test. So I wanted that on my my phone's doing something weird. I wanted that on my driver's license. Should I ever get behind a motorcycle, like, oh yeah, I have a motorcycle license. And DMV, they changed my address to my P.O. box. And in doing that, they sent me a letter that was dated, like, they sent me a letter saying if I didn't get back to them, a reply and provide my address, by a certain date, that, shoot, I'd have to fortify my license and re-buy it and all that stuff, right? And the big problem with that is the date they send it was after the date they wanted me to get in contact with them, meaning they wanted to get me to get in contact with them before the fucking letter was even mailed to me. And I'm like, what the fuck, you bunch of government people sitting on your big fat asses? What's up? What is up? First of all, I was not the one who changed my address, my physical address, to my postal box. And now you're fucking penalizing me with your funny pacing. That's unreasonable. Okay. Those are unreasonable time demands. So, this doesn't surprise me. This sort of like, oh, so sorry you didn't fucking get the memo until it was too fucking late. Ha ha. We'll put this little note down here and we can just arrest you. Based in the beginning by the malfeasance of r-ich-bi-an-cull-i-e-d and her co-conspirator doffs who get toffed. And I don't mean toff legitimately, I mean toffed. You get rich for being stupid and jacking doffed all over the fucking place. And that's why you stalked me, because I don't jack off all over the place. And where I stand, I let you know you jacked off on me. It's all on video. We already have this. It's already fucking established. So, then to add to it, I didn't speak about r-ich-bi-an-cull-i-e-d in my conversation with him, with his pip and prig hide up his anus as he speaks. You don't know my political opinions. Fuck. Seriously? Really? Are you a fucking judge? Seriously? Can you just bring the octave into some sort of bass range? I'm trying to get to a fucking doctor's appointment and you're not fucking helping. The fucking scenario. Okay? So, what else have we got here? Yes. If you want your fucking 35 bucks, just fucking let me know. But we're not going to stage ag and age a false premise of a hearing. Can you fucking hear me now? Seriously. Jacked off r-ich-bi-an-cull-i-e-d. You know my political leanings. I know that you L-I-E -N. You lean. You lie and lean, you jackass. That's how much I know about your time and your fortified mis-givings all the time. Okay? That much I know about you. So, I was upset with him on the phone because it's like more pip and prig. It's just like, you're fucking taxing my fucking brain. Seriously. And my time, and I really have somewhere it is suspected I need to be. Okay? Not riding your jack-docked wave, echo relocation, that you would like to resonate through and off of me. As you jacked off without thinking anything through. So, anyway, so cute, the file. CC file. Really? I got a fucking file for you. A fucking file for you. Your presence is required. By hand, by mail. I don't understand your sways, ways, A's, and me hyphen A hyphen An hyphen S. Your answer. To be seen among no one of integrity that you can B R I N parentheses N B N when you ring. Bring. Okay. Seriously. I do not understand. It's all just made up shit, and it's very perplexing to me. You could just make up exponential shit and think of it as DEAM when it's DE hyphen AM, and you DE hyphen AM hyphen S. You deem the misses with Miss Sad Sack Address hyphen T. So let me fucking write a fucking letter, take a fucking picture, and get it prepared to put in the fucking mail for 49 cents on Lee, Y-T-A-I-L, no hyphens attached. Stop my little broadcast. I'll probably keep ranting now.